A very good morning to all the students of class 12th political science. Students, welcome back to the online classes here. And as you know it very well, we were doing the fourth chapter of your second book, and the chapter's name is India's Foreign Policy. So we had already finished 7 parts of this chapter, and this chapter is very important for you. As we were discussing in the last video, we were discussing about the relations between India and Russia. So we had in the previous video discussed the relation between India and Russia into as I told you, into two broad categories. And in the last video I had discussed about relations during the Cold War. In the seventh video, I had discussed the relation, that is relations between India and Russia during the Cold War, and I had taken some important components to describe that relation in terms of political relation, economic relations, military, science, and technological relations between these two countries. And this is a very significant and important relations between any of the two countries if we talk globally. So if now today, as I told you, we were talking about the relation into two broad categories. One we have discussed during the Cold War, and now today we are going to discuss, that is after the Cold War, or we can say 21st century India Russia relations, that is after the Cold War till date. Currently we are going to discuss the relations between these two countries. Okay, so I had already started the introduction of this chapter, this particular topic, but I am doing it again. So this I am talking after Cold War. You have to remember, after Cold War era. That is we can say after the disintegration or collapse of USSR. Previously, as I told you, we were calling Russia as USSR. Now we are calling it Russia. That is after the Cold War. So in 1991, this is the date when there was this USSR had collapsed, and one another important incident has taken place in the same year 1991. That is economic liberalization was introduced in India. So these two events are correlated, we can say. That is why we have written it down here. So I'm reading it first of all, then I will explain you. In 1991, two watershed movements happened. Watershed movements, very important events in the history, we can say, of politics or the relations between India and Russia. These two important incidents were economic liberation was introduced in India, and the Soviet Union was dissolved, or we can say collapsed or disintegrated. So in the same year, India has opted for the economic liberalization, and in the same year USSR disintegrated. So we can say when Vladimir Putin became Russia's president in 2000, so from 1991 till 2000, around 10 years of decades, there was a, we can say, the relations between India and Russia were on the low platform, where there were no such development between these two relations. As USSR, after USSR disintegration, there were so many independent republics, including Russia, and these countries were were facing the economic, political, and social stagnations, and they were a situation of unrest. So they needed some time to grow and stand. Okay, so this took around 10 years, and between these 10 years, India, US came close to India, as India had opted for the economic liberalization, which gave, we can say, invitation to the foreign investments, in which US came close to India. But after 10 years, in 2000, Vladimir Putin became Russia's president. In 2000, the bilateral ties were put on a solid foundation again. So they had again the bilateral strong relations between India and Russia had started again, as soon as Vladimir Putin became the president of Russia. And again, after about a decade of post-Soviet confusion and stagnation. Okay, so I hope you have understood that there was a gap of 10 years decade, that is after 1991 to 2000, when USSR has disintegrated and India had started economic liberalization. In this gap, there was a relations at the low platform between these two countries. But again, after 2000, India and Russia had started a strong ties, a bilateral ties, and started a good relations once again. So this was the introduction. So as when we were discussing about the relations between these two countries during the Cold War, I had used certain components and important elements to conclude and consider the relation of these two countries. So after Cold War, that is in the 21st century also, when we are studying the relation and we are interpreting the relations between these two countries after 1991, so we shall again take some important components, and these components are here. First is trade. So through these, we will try and understand the relations and the changing relations between India and Russia after their disintegration of USSR. So now, after 1991, free trade agreement exists between India and Russia. There are no excise duty, there are no barriers on the import and export, there are no excise duties. So that is why we are calling free trade agreement. There has been agreement that the trade between these two countries will be free. There will be no tax on the imports and exports. So Russia is investing a lot in India, make in India. So as you know, Russia is investing a lot of capital in India in the various fields, especially in military and make in India. As you know, this we have already studied. This is an important, we can say, policy of India, make in India program, which was established or brought out in 2014 by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And through this we have increased the manufacturing unit. We have increased that all the products and especially the military equipments and other important equipments we will manufacture only in India, although we will take the help and investment of the other countries as well. But make in India project and in building smart cities. So here countries like Russia, especially we are discussing about Russia. So Russia has invested lot of capital in the project of make in India project and building smart cities in India. And if we talk about make in India, this is all related to increasing manufacture in India, increasing production in India, increasing or improving the infrastructure in India, so that there can be more economic development in India. So we have to produce our goods on our own, so there are less imports to our country by the other countries. In this, Russia has been very helpful with to India in completing this project. In terms of investment, two countries had a target of US dollar 30 billion. So these two countries had made a deal that there will be a target by 2025 they had to complete US dollar around 30 billion US dollar. This was the target, that this much amount should be the trade. But this goal of 30 billion dollar was achieved by only 2017. The goal was 2025, but this aim was achieved in 2017 only. So again the new target was set, and this target is 50 billion dollar US dollar by 2025. So by now 2025 we have to complete 50 billion dollars now, okay, which was previously 30 billion, which was achieved only in 2017. So the other important component is defense, or we can say military equipments. So and this defense and military equipments is the core area, we can say, where the relationship of Russia and India has always been stable. So it is the core area where maximum investments are there. So you can see Russia-India defense relationship has begun to move beyond the buyer-seller model to a more cooperative relationship. It means previously we, as India was a developing country, and just after independence we needed a lot of defense equipments, as we are in a situation where we have a lot of conflicts with the neighboring countries. So Russia had always been providing latest military equipments, arms, ammunition to India. But previously India used to just import those military equipments. But now there is a change in recently there has been a change in the relationship between these two countries. If we talk about the defense import and exports, now we are moving to a buyer seller model, to a more cooperative relationship. Previously we used to be a buyer seller relationship, but now we have a cooperative relationship. Previously we used to buy, they used to sell. It means we used to import the goods, but now this relationship has moved to cooperative relationship with joint research, design and production. It means maximum production is done in India, but with the help of other foreign investments like Russia, having joint research, design and production. So there can be a joint research work, joint design and joint production, but maximum production is done within India. Okay, so we are not going to import these goods. In within India there will be a production, although there will be a joint research with the other countries. So we are having various programs and deals with Russia where we are having joint research work, designing of those work, and production as well, but within India. So this is a change in relationship, but previously we were just having buyer seller model of relationship with Russia, but now we have cooperative relationship. Next, in the same this field of defense, which is the core area of the relation of India and Russia. India is the second biggest market for Russia defense industry. So India is the second biggest market for Russia. Okay, in 2017, 68% of India, the total military hardware which Indian Army is using, out of that 100%, 68% of arm ammunition and equipments are imported from by Russia to India. Okay, now after that, joint military programs, as I have already discussed before this point, cooperative relationship had started between Russia and India, where production is done in India with the joint work, joint research, joint designing. Now there are few examples of joint military programs of India and Russia. So the production is being done in India, but with the cooperation of Russia. And some of these examples and we can say programs are BrahMos cruise missile program, Sukhoi Su-30 MKI program, Ka-22-6T twin engine utility helicopters, naval frigates, S-400 surface to air missile defense system deals. So these all military modern latest technologies for the use of military are being done by the joint military program of India and Russia, and production is being done in India. So this is a examples we can say of cooperative relationship or the changing relationship between India and Russia in the field of defense, as previously we were having just buyer seller model of relationship with Russia. Now the next important component is, let's see the relation between these two countries in the field of science and technology. Okay, and this is the most important nowadays, and we need to have a very good relation with Russia, as science and technology plays a most important role recently in the growth and economy of any country. Both the countries have embarked on an integral long-term program cooperation. Long-term program cooperation. So there is a long-term program which has been signed by both the countries for the cooperation in the field of science and technology. So there are various projects, various agencies working on these programs, and this is a long-term program for increasing technology and the modern latest technologies to India as well. Russia will next is Russia will assist in the construction of 12 nuclear power plants. So there will be construction of 12 nuclear power plants in India, which will be assist under or will be the guidance under Russia, under the guidance of Russia or the supervision of India, Russia, or with the cooperation of Russia. These 12 nuclear power plants will be established. These are the programs. India invests in Russia's oil and gas industry is likely to reach the $15 billion by 2020. So India has a lot of investments for oil and gas requirement, which is needed by India as a developing country. So a lot of imports of oil and gas has been there by India through Russia. So this is going to increase now to $15 billion in 2020. So it has been assumed that this import value will go to $15 billion by 2020. Next important component is culture, as there is an exchange of cultural from Russia to India and India to Russia. India and Russia historically enjoyed ties in the cultural sphere, long-term scholarly and student exchange. There has been a lot of program at the student level, at the school level, where there has been cultural programs where we exchange our culture with each other. Cultural festivals, there has been a lot of cultural festivals, art exhibition in the field of culture, art, customs. There has been exchanges between these two countries. So this leads to the good relation between both the countries. Observance of a year of Russia in India and vice versa. So there has been many Bollywood actors who have been very popular in Russia, like Raj Kapoor. Their songs, many songs and movies have been very much popular in Russia. In the same way, the culture, art, sculptures of Russia has been popular in India. So there in all we can say these are some of the important components through which we can conclude or derive the relations between India and Russia, and hoping that in future also we maintain the same good relations with Russia for the growth and development of both the countries. As I had already told you, Russia and India had always been into a good relations since after the independence of India till date. It had only 10-year decade gap, which I told you, when USSR disintegrated and India had opted for the economic liberalization. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the India Russia relations, and in the next video we shall take the India US relations, which is also one of the most important topic of this chapter. Till then, thank you, take care.